If you don't have discipline, if you're not connected to your calling and your purpose, more money won't make you happier. It will make things worse. More time will not make you happier. It will make you feel more lost. What is good, my beautiful, truth-seeking Earth family? This is your boy Abner, broadcasting at you live from Alpha Intelligence headquarters. Alpha Intelligence is about connecting with the heart's knowing. It's about connecting with your truth so that you may live a fulfilled life. I, for one, am personally sick of seeing so many channels out here promoting clickbait, garbage teachings just to try to sell products. It is few and far between content that actually brings substance that can blend spirituality with practical application. That is my aim and goal, is to share my life experiences with you and some of the lessons that I have learned along my journey that have helped me to live a more fulfilling life, a life according to the purpose that I was put here for, which is still unfolding. I'm just here to share with you my journey and some of the teachings and lessons that I've learned along my path that have helped me to become a better person on my journey towards becoming my best self. I am in no way, shape, or form perfect or as far as I would like to be, but it's time. We are in amazing times of transformation, and it is time for those who have the information that has been passed to them to step forward and share it so that humanity may awaken to its truth, to its purpose, and to its calling. So in the last video, the introduction, I left you with a challenge to look within to see what you discover when you look inside yourself for your purpose. I'd be lying to you if I said this was easy. It's not easy. That's why I'm here to share with you what I've learned in hopes that it might make your path, while it might not be easy, hopefully you won't succumb to some of the pitfalls that do arise, because they do. Now, maybe you're one who looked within and you found fear and anxiety and all kinds of things that just made you not want to connect. Maybe you're one who found a vision, but maybe you don't know how to take the steps to begin to walk towards that vision and actually create a pathway to lead you to that life-affirming, life-fulfilling vision that you may have in your mind or your heart. We have so many things vying for our attention, telling us the way that the world is, telling us how we need to behave, who we need to be, how we need to speak. Very few and far between are the ones who tell you to find your own way. Now, I'm here to tell you that it is possible to find your own way. Now, this is coming 100% from personal experience that I say these things to you. And not everything that I say is going to be right, but I share with you my journey as it unfolds, in hopes that you might discover your inner fire and become the best version of yourself possible. Now, in order to begin to walk your path of fulfillment, this is one of the hardest parts, is you first must accept where you currently are. You must accept the conditions of the world, even if you don't like them. Now, you do not have to be bound infinitely by the conditions of the world, but you do have to respect the reality in which you find yourself. Now, in order to illustrate the point that I'm making, I'm going to tell you a little bit about my old life. In my previous life, still in the same flesh, but in my old dreams and aspirations, I was an aspiring musician. I made beats, worked with a lot of rappers, so on and so forth, and lived the lifestyle that went along with it, alcohol and weed and all that kind of stuff. But the thing is so, moment of transparency, my mom passed when I was young and she left me some money. So I didn't really have to work for a stretch of time during my 20s. And I had kind of a freedom of time, something that people often think that they would want to have. I had that freedom to pursue what I wanted to do. And you know what it led me to? Misery. A lack of motivation, a lack of feeling fulfilled, a lack of feeling like my life was on purpose. I had the freedom of movement and the freedom to pursue and do what I thought I wanted to do, and it led me to a life of emptiness. The one good thing that I really can say that did come out of that was I also had the freedom to study and learn, which is what would later become what you're watching now. That was a freedom I am truly grateful for, and one that it's my hopes to be able to pay that forward to you, because I know a lot of y'all don't have that kind of time. You didn't have that opportunity. You may not have had those resources. Well, that not having them also can lead to an ignorance of thinking that if you did have them, it would make everything better. And I'm also here to tell you, it's not true. If you don't have discipline, if you're not connected to your calling and your purpose, more money won't make you happier. It will make things worse. More time will not make you happier. It will make you feel more lost. So at the tail end of my previous life, as I refer to it, right at the birth of my first child, within the first few months, I came to the end of being able to live that lifestyle. I saw that I could no longer continue on that path of no motivation, that path of emptiness that I was on. And in a moment of deep desperation, I looked to the heavens and I prayed for help. Now, maybe someday I'll share with you the story of how that came to be. It's good, but for the sake of this video, we're just going to keep it simple and say that prayer was answered in a most unexpected way, in a series of most unexpected ways that life became like a sci-fi movie for a time. More on that later. But what came out of that prayer was that I actually did meet the man who would become my teacher. And one of the pivotal moments in my early relationship with that teacher, he sat me down in the chair in what we used to call the circle. And he asked me, "Why are you here?" I don't know what it was, but something in the spirit of the moment, it put all my defenses down, and I was reduced to a pile of rubble and tears. And I finally admitted, not only to him did I admit, but I admitted to myself that all of my gusto and bravado in life was fake, that I was faking my way through life, and that I was there because I needed help, because I did not know how to live my life correctly on my own, because I needed God's help. And when I prayed to God, that was where he led me. So that was why I was there. And the smile on his face told me I hit the bullseye, right on the money. But that was tough. It was humbling. It was painful to experience, because let's face it, it's a lot easier to go through life, easier, not better, easier to go through life faking it, pretending it. But it's not truly fulfilling. At the end of the day, when you're by yourself, that's why we end up scrolling and whatnot, to try to fill that empty space, to not hear that voice of our intuition, that voice of our calling, which will get louder and louder until we answer it. So I hate to break it to you guys, but again, I'm not here to sell you a product. Not yet. I'll have products later, but we're not starting off on that foot. That's not what this is about. But I'm here to tell you the thing that a lot of people aren't going to tell you, at least not the ones who lean towards the spiritual side of things. You're going to have to be okay getting uncomfortable. You're going to have to find a way to feel okay going into those feelings that you don't want to feel. Maybe you have years, decades of avoiding those feelings, of avoiding your calling, that you're going to have to begin to start to work through. And you know what? It's going to suck. It's going to feel like absolute shit at times. But if you want to live a life of fulfillment, you're going to have to begin to wade through the muck of your life to get out of the murky place that you may have been in. Now, if your life isn't in the murk, God bless you, That's amazing. Maybe what I have to say isn't really for you, because my life comes from the murk of self-hatred, of constant desperation. And I don't want to see you go through that. But you're going to have to go through it. Like they say, if you're going through hell, keep going. It's truth, but it's time to strap up your boots and work your way out of it, because we are in a time of great transformation on the entire planet. So my challenge for you after this video will build upon the first challenge, which is looking inside yourself. Now I'm going to ask you again, continue to look inside yourself, but make a conscious effort to hear your intuition, to hear. You might relate to it in different ways. Some people say it's the universe calling. Some people say it's God. Some people say it's intuition. Everybody will relate to it in a different way, but you will have a feeling, a knowing, an urge arise inside you that will be pushing you to do something that will be beneficial for your life that you've probably been putting off. So my challenge to you is get uncomfortable. Do that one thing. It could be as simple as cleaning out your closet. It could be organizing some stuff in your world that is a cluttered mess. It could be having a hard conversation with a person, or confronting an issue or an idea, or it can manifest in so many different ways. The path is going to be very unique to you. That's something you can also include, is to pray that you'll know how to follow the correct guidance. Now, I'm not telling you to do something you fear that's ignorant. I'm not telling you to do something foolish. There are things in life that truly should be feared and you shouldn't do. It's probably not wise if one of your great fears is to, get eaten by a lion. I'm not saying go find a lion and play with them. I'm saying do what you've been avoiding doing. Take a small step towards doing something that you've been avoiding, and pay attention to how you feel as you do it, how you feel when it's done, how you feel the anxiety and anticipation leading up to doing it. I bet that you will feel better while you're doing it and once it's done, and that the majority of the anxiety is actually leading up to it. Matter of fact, this is one of the things that I've been putting off for a year. I was guided to do these videos and create Alpha Intelligence a year and a half ago, and I put it off. And you know what? I suffered for that. I still am. More on that later. I think this has gone on for long enough for just the round 2 introduction. We're going to slow play this. I have a lot more to bring to the table for you as we go forward, but you have to take the first steps. If you want to learn to run, you have to learn to walk. You want to learn to walk, you got to learn to crawl. Take the beginning small steps, and then you stack those small steps on top of each other. And the next thing you know, your life will begin to change for the better. And that is what we're here for. So this is where I bid you farewell for now, my Earth family. Until the next video, feel free to drop in the comments anything that you think. If you need any help, rely on the community around you to help you to figure out how to approach these things. Share your stories. And then if you have any ideas of where you'd like these videos to go next, again, this is something that is being done just to be of assistance in this time of transformation. So I'm here to help and be of service as much as I can. Humble thanks for watching this video, and much love until the next time.